February 22nd. It's Thursday, February 22nd. Welcome to this nighttime edition of the news. We are from Mr. Blair's 4th period business class. I'm Heidi Bullock.
And I'm Jamie Irwin. Last Friday, February 16th, quite a few future business leaders of America competed in various events at their district leadership conference with Mrs. Myers and Mrs. Lewis. These fine men and women traveled to Dade City. Both Mrs. Myers and Mrs. Lewis are part of the 61 club members who won awards in every category, from accounting to word processing. If you'd like particulars, please see Mrs. Myers or Mrs. Lewis. Also, congratulations to Nicole Gilchrist, who was elected district vice president.
Both Coach Spriggs and Coach Scalero are proud of the girls and boys tennis teams. Their wins far outnumber their losses. If you would like to see the boys team compete, you can stay right here to catch the action at 3 p.m. Their opponent is Zephyr Hills. To see the girls compete, you'll have to drive to Zephyr Hills High. That's who they play, and it's on their courts. No matter which game you watch, we're sure both of our teams will win.
River Ridge students are on TV. Friday night, you can see the boys basketball team on Channel 19 at 7 p.m. And last Saturday on Channel 13, if you watched Fox 13 magazine, you saw 5 River Ridge High students give their opinions on the question of the week. This Saturday morning, you might see one of these students voice their opinion about racism in schools.
I still think there is still some racism against teens, but it's come to a halt in the last couple of years because a lot of kids are starting to get together and they're starting to realize that we're all still in one big community, like Martin Luther King said.
No, I really don't think there's a lot of racism among teens anymore, but there is some still, but not as much as before.
Yeah, I definitely think there's racism in school still.
Yeah, definitely by the different cliques. I think you can just tell, like, the white kids and the black kids, nobody's ever together.
I see it when people come up to you when they see a black person and a white person together and they say something about it, and I think that they should just mind their own business.
Yes, I think there is.
Yes, because society still stereotypes people.
I'm going to have to say, of course, I think there's still a little bit of racism between, you know, teens, just people in general, I think, because it's kind of hard sometimes for people to let things go, you know, but it's not as bad, I wouldn't say, as it was, 30, 40 years ago. I think the thing people need to remember is we're all human.
Yes, I think there's racism among teens, and, I mean, you hear it when people mumble underneath their breath or just when they're talking in regular, like telling jokes about it and stuff, but a lot of times they're not joking, so. And I know I'm not racist, but there are a lot of racist teens.
When you take a test, it's what you know that is important. Doesn't matter what you look like or where you come from. So everyone was equal when they took the FCAT yesterday, the writing portion. If you didn't take the writing test on Wednesday, you'll need to take it Thursday morning in the high school media center. Once the test is finished, the media center will reopen to classes and students on passes.
By the way, reporter Daniel Caffrey's story in the Associated Marine Institute will also be on Fox 13 magazine Saturday morning at 11:30. If you want to sleep in but you want to see the story, here it is.
Many of you have probably seen troubled kids like him, but where did they go for help? Have they ever mysteriously disappeared one day and never come back to school again? Where do these students go?
AMI is a nonprofit organization that runs programs for delinquent youth and for kids who have been in trouble at school. We have several institutes in the local area that provide services to youngsters. They can go to school there. We help place them in jobs. They can either return to their public schools after completing the program, or they can stay in our evening programs and complete their diplomas through the GED option or through credit completion.
It's a place for kids that have made mistakes and gotten in trouble to grow and to become positive citizens. We surround troubled kids with great role models.
We do a lot of recruiting, that we have an interviewing process that ensures that the staff that we hire will in fact be role models to these kids, and that we develop a culture that is based on integrity and trust and ethics and values, because those are the things that's important for us to share with the kids.
AMI, they actually help you make the decision. They may not know, but I know the staff there, with all their love, all of the things that they've done for me, help me make my decision in life instead of sitting me.
Herb Jones and Associates will be in both lunches until Friday to take your class ring orders. If you want one, you'll have to bring a $60 deposit with your order. Bring cash or a check. If you write a check, make it out to either Herff Jones or Denny Kohlmeyer and Associates. You need that $60 deposit to reserve your class ring.
Could you help a fellow student out? She has lost her blue Tommy Gear duffel bag. It has 3 pockets and inside are metallic CDs. Our student will give you a small reward if you find it and bring it to the high school media center. So please look around. And if you find it, bring it to the high school media center.
Tomorrow is Dear Day, a time to read for 15 minutes at the beginning of every period. No news is on Channel 5, just the timer ticking down the time we read. Mr. Howery's class produces the news on Monday. Tune in Monday for what is happening around the school.
Will they be better than us? We'll have to watch and see. Have a good day.
Thanks for tuning in.